Welcome back, brothers and sisters. This is day 24. I'm Lewis Paris, and I'm here to help you build your confidence, become a master of oneself, and take over the world. Because we are limitless and we can achieve anything we put our mind to. I'm here to help you unlock that. Day 24. You're trying to say the right thing. Trying to say the right thing creates anxiety. You're searching for perfect words. You pause too long and you try and filter everything. There is no perfect thing to say. Confidence grows when you speak naturally. Trying to say the right thing all the time is jarring. It will drain your energy and it will make you anxious. I'm telling you, I've been through it and I've seen people go through it, because what you're trying to do is find the perfect words, find the perfect moment, and in doing so, you choke up and then you spiral in your head. You overthink. You're like, how would this person take it? Can I do this certain thing? Okay, when in reality, as much as you might think and feel, it's very difficult, because sometimes it can be. It's the hard things you've got to get through. And with communication, that's when it feels more easier. That's when you can speak your piece. That's when your stress levels can come back down to a normal level. Why are you holding yourself back and putting you in a situation thinking you're protecting this individual, when in reality, they need to hear the hard truth. The hard truth needs to be heard. And some people can take it well and some people can't. Think of it in examples of, like, you're with a girlfriend, for example, and you're like, you know what? I've been going through this. We've been together for a while now. I'm starting to see some flags. I'm getting the ick a little bit. I can see our values are not aligning. We're heading in different directions. Maybe we're in different chapters of our lives. It's the hard truth. You have to sit down and say, you know what, baby love, this ain't happening. Or you go and speak to them and tell them how you feel. And maybe you can come to a compromise or a way you can work together, because that's all it is at the end of the day. It's partnership. Yeah, I'm not trying to go out there and tell you to start divorcing your wife or breaking up with your girl, because if it's right and it feels good and you know your heart is telling you, go for it. But sometimes the gut instinct is telling you, we get that feeling, I don't know how to explain it, you're like, something ain't right. And then you get a little more logical in your head. You're like, you know what? I see this. I can look past this. But in eventuality, you're just hurting yourself. You're damaging yourself, because you thinking about the potential rather than the reality is putting you to the back foot. I've done it countless times where I'm like, you know what? As much as this is happening now, we can overlook this and we can move forward, because I see potential in this person. But potential doesn't guarantee anything. If potential is just a belief, yeah? It's like hope. For me, I don't believe in the hope strategy. Word to CGA, you know? When you hope in something and you have hope in this one thing, then it's just a belief in, like, I know at some point this thing will happen. Whereas if I have a stronger belief and a faith, and I put some realism to it and I put some facts behind it, then I'm like, this makes sense based on this probability. And you can't change people. The way people are, that's how they are at the end of the day. You cannot change people. People are going to be how they are. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And you're going in for the ride, mate. You're going in for the ride. So find someone that you gel with, you have the same values, you enjoy the same things, and there's no harm in being with someone who has some form of differences, because sometimes opposites attract. Opposites do attract. But if you are aligned and you know this person's good, go for it. How I got on this tangent, I have no idea. I am running on about 2 to 3 hours sleep, and my mind is not as sharp as it usually is, but I'm giving you as much as I can, and I want to be with you on this journey. And I told you before, I'm here for the real. I've created an ebook that allows you to transform your mindset and your body in 30 days. The main focus behind it is understanding and operating through the 4 principles. Understand yourself. You can't move forward without understanding yourself deeply. What's your current situation? What's your current blockages? What's your current weaknesses? What's your current triggers? And then we're going to move into optimizing your health. Because if you can't control your health, how do you expect to control and change your life? Understanding where you're at with sleep and recovery, your activity status, your nutrition, what are you consuming on a day-to-day basis, and your mindfulness. What's the state of your mindset? Once you can optimize this, then that then breeds the confidence to move forward in life. I feel in control. I feel that I can manage things, which means I can manage any situation. And then we're going to look at self-image, self-belief. So once you understand how you speak to yourself, the internal dialogue, what's your belief systems, then you know what is going to trigger you. Makes you more self-aware for you to communicate better, not only with other people, but with yourself. And then we're looking at the last principle, which is goals, action. What are the principles, the objectives, the steps, the process that we are going to follow for us to achieve the goals we envision? So this ebook will allow you to pause for self-reflection, be accountable for what you say and what you must do, and guide you along the path to limitless potential and abundance. So click the link in the description, drop Be Unstoppable in the comments, and I'll be able to send you a link. Be unstoppable, stay dangerous. None of it is scripted. None of it is scripted. Yes, the beginning is because I want to make sure I'm concise with what I'm speaking about, but when it comes to experiences, what I've been through, what I've seen other people being through, I'm giving you the real. I'm giving you the real. So I've been in situations where I'm like, I have to hold my tongue, or I felt as if I had to hold my tongue. And all that did was just made me feel very anxious, stress myself out. And I was hiding from being seen, being heard, being truthful, thinking I was hurting this person. I was just hurting myself. Because the person doesn't know. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting this individual. It's best to just let them know, and at least they know where they stand. Suck it up, buttercup. Speak your truth, and don't be afraid of being seen and being heard, because people need to hear the real, man. We're moving through a world where we hide things, we hide certain emotions, and we hide our feelings, when just tell people how it truly should be. And at least you get the feedback, you get the knowledge, you get the information for you to move forward with your life, rather than holding back and they would never know. And then with this information, if you did tell them, they can grow from it, they can learn from it, but it's their decision to as well. Remember, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Yeah. So you can tell people all this information, but how they soak it in and utilize this information to move forward with their life is up to them. As long as they have the information, at least you know you've said your piece, you can sleep easy at night. Right? So don't overburden yourself. Tell them straight. If you're finding it difficult, write on a piece of paper, and then maybe you can pass them a letter. I mean, that's a bit cheesy, but if you really are anxious and you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, sometimes it's as simple as that. Face your reality, don't hide from the truth. And that's what makes you stronger, that's what makes you confident. And that allows you to walk with your head held high, so it's saying, you know what, I've done what I've needed to do. There's no two ways about it, I can move forward with my life. Yeah, and you can continuously grow. And this is self-mastery, self-development, personal growth. Okay, so get down into the 30-day system, the self-mastery system, and you'll be able to manage your state. You can reflect and you can analyze on certain things and have better context, so it's not all in your head, and you can move forward with clarity, decisiveness, and assertiveness. And before you know it, you wouldn't find it difficult when it comes to things like this. And it goes into everything else as well, like business, sales. It's not just relationships, it's everything, it's communication. And when you can get past the feeling of rejection, the feeling of saying the wrong thing, then you will go through life a little bit more seamlessly. You will. And you'll take no motherfucker. So say the hard truth. Look people in the eyes, yeah? Look them in the eye. Look into their soul and tell them wagwan. Yeah, I'm being real now. Tell them wagwan, because I'd rather people tell me straight than pussyfoot about it. Very, very briefly, I wanted this to be short, but we're here now. There's a big corporate company I've been working with for a long time. Yeah, gone through 2 managers. The third one comes in, a female, right? I'm not trying to be sexist or feminist or anything like that, but the dynamics changed quickly. The 2 males before then, cool. We understand the process. We understand the agreement we had in play. Our word was our bond. Yeah, I do this for you and we will progress and we will do well. So this female came in, new to this role, and I understand politics and business. But instead of pussyfooting around and being passive and saying you want to utilize and optimize my services, just tell me straight and say you want to pay me less. I would respect you more and we can communicate on how best to negotiate or work moving forward. Or if it doesn't work, we call it bygones, right? Communicating back and forth through email. Didn't hear anything for a couple of weeks after they were hounding me for analysis and everything on the team and everything like that. And then didn't hear from them. 3 weeks later, I get an email 9 o'clock at night saying, thank you for your service. We're going to go in-house. Rude, very disrespectful. And that's not how you do business. So pussyfooting, being passive like that is not the way, because it leaves a stain and then it shows the type of individuals or people they are. Tell it straight, learn from that, gather the data, communicate and move forward with your head held high and speak your truth. So today's action. Say the simple thing today. Try not to overthink it. Simple is confident. If today resonates with you, comment day 24. If you feel as though you want to work on some deeper stuff to allow you to unlock what may be blocking you, then book a free discovery call. Or you can get started with the free 7-day reset. What can you do in 7 days? And 7 days is all you need to change how you think, the actions you do on a day-to-day. What's the routine you've got in place? Because if we haven't got a pretty good set routine, how do we expect to manage our mental capacity? How do we expect to ensure that we can move forward with progression and not think like, oh, I've got to manage this, I've got to manage that, right? You can take it to another level where I've created the 30-day unstoppable system. And this is a self-mastery framework which allows you to look at yourself on a deeper level. Where are you on your current state? What's your current health state? Are you optimizing your sleep and recovery? Are you ensuring you're eating the right foods? Are you staying active? How's your mindfulness? And then we look at your belief systems. What's your triggers? What's the blockages? And then we put in some goals. And then we put in a certain framework for you to ensure that you're working throughout these goals on a systematic process. If you feel as though you want to be part of a community, I've created the Brotherhood, a community for like-minded men, where we hold ourselves to a high regard, we support each other and we speak openly. No one's judging anyone, but we're here to support each other because we've all been through certain experiences, and I want to create something that allows us to come together and feel supported, because we can go through this cruel world alone and think that we're suffering in silence, when all we need is just support to be able to talk our piece and understand that we can do this together. All right, so feel free to head to the website, lewisparis.co.uk, and you can check out everything there. And yeah, I hope all these daily insights are helping you along your journey. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.